Play of the game.
Hello there and welcome back to Overwatch. I have clocked up a few more hours in game and I can happily say I now have at least some idea of what is going on and what I'm doing. So we start off this round playing as the mighty Reinhardt, hoping to lead our team forward behind this gigantic energy shield and maybe even bash some skulls together with our rocket hammer. But after getting murdered by surprise bastions, beaten to death by my counterpart's rocket hammer, and just getting stuck in a corridor for ages, it is time to make a change. Switching over to everyone's favourite warrior monk, Zenyatta. I really do enjoy playing Reinhardt, but he is so dependent on a team that knows to stay behind the shield and move with him that this game it just wasn't going to be possible. Zenyatta is another favourite character of mine and is actually inhabiting a very interesting middle ground between DPS and also healing, and primarily perhaps debuffing enemy targets with his Orbs of Discord for debuffing and Harmony for healing his allies. Plus he is also quite capable of dishing out the damage with his Orbs of Destruction. That said, he does have a tendency to need to stay around the back because he has absolutely no movement abilities and as such can very easily be caught out and murdered, as happens here. Time is starting to run out and there's not a whole lot of progress being made here. Largely thanks to the efforts of the enemy Reinhardt and his gigantic shield, which is preventing us from going down the main passageway. Instead we will try and flank along the right hand path, taking out this turret along the way and hopefully getting in behind his shield, but it does seem like he does have allies with him, and indeed we do get taken straight down by an enemy Reaper. Not a good matchup for Zenyatta, but it does seem like our team has done enough to secure the first objective, and just to make sure we are going to use our ultimate ability Transcendence to get in there and make sure it remains ours. We've bought ourselves some time and we can now actually mop up the few remaining enemies in this area, including this Bastion who is desperately trying to fall back but is not going to have any luck with that Orb of Discord on him. Unfortunately the enemy Torbjorn activates his ultimate, which forces us to pull back and just get some heals going among our teammates as we head towards the next choke point, and it seems like once again the enemy Reinhardt has got there before us. As I mentioned before, Zenyatta is an interesting fusion of different roles, so I tend to think of him as less of a healer and more of a sort of commander hero, marking out targets for destruction with his Orbs of Discord and providing fire support from the back of the squad, and actually using his own healing abilities to make sure everyone stays alive. He does have to be very careful of being outflanked, as indeed we have been here by that enemy Reaper, who is trying to escape using his Wraith form, but we are going to try and hunt him down, which we can just about manage. Our ultimate ability has recharged once again, but we are not going to use it now. We're going to save it for a more useful and perhaps desperate time. Once again we are going to hang around the back of the team, providing a supporting role and trying not to overextend too much, although time is once again running out and we are nowhere near the next checkpoint. All we can do is just sit back and try and break through the Reinhardt's shield. We do, however, end up overextending a little bit too much and getting taken out by Torbjorn. Arriving back, we see he has activated his own ultimate ability, but with that Orb of Discord on him he is not going to last long and we are able to quickly get revenge. Once again we have discorded this hard target, but it overextended a bit too much and earned ourselves a hammer to the face. We're back to square one once again, and indeed our team has made very little progress in our absence. To make things even worse, a Reaper does go for his ultimate ability, but we are able to shut him down straight away. Again, our teammates are in trouble being frozen by Mei, and we have to use our ultimate ability to get ourselves out of that one. However, we've done enough to break the deadlock, and the cart is well underway to the next checkpoint. We can quickly mow down the enemy Lucio, and indeed force the enemy Torbjorn into cover. But that Reinhardt's still there, and there is a turret which we can knock out. The Reinhardt is left looking very alone and does not last long as his shield begins to break. One of our teammates is in trouble against Reaper, so we can quickly drop a Harmony Orb and mow down her aggressor, and indeed we can help out our other friend against Mei. We are by now completely out of time with overtime approaching, and we are now forced to deal with a whole new wave of enemy reinforcements. We can't get at them behind Reinhardt's shield for the moment, but he fortunately moves out of the way, allowing us to get at the squishy people behind, and we can finish off McCree with a quick charge shot. We are very nearly at the checkpoint, but Mei does use her ultimate. Fortunately, we still have Transcendence available, which we are able to use to save the team from what would quite probably be an entire team wipe. At this stage of the game, that would be quite frankly disastrous, but fortunately we are able to prevent that and knock down Mei and her friend. Pushing into the next area, going through the main door is probably suicide, so instead we will try and go through the side door, knocking down Torbjorn's turret while we're at it, and we can move in with the rest of our team. There are quite a few targets in here, including another turret, but we're able to take that out, and Lucio is coming at us, but we are a monk on a mission, and we can take him down too. McCree is up next, and he doesn't last long either. Once again, Reinhardt is the last one left in our way, but we have been flanked by Reaper once again. Unfortunately, we're unable to save our friend from him, but we can at the very least avenge him. Coming back round the corner, we are now in sight of the end zone, and we can help out our team against Reinhardt, which puts us on quite an impressive 15-player kill streak. And we really are getting very close to the end by now. Just a couple more targets stand in our way, and indeed our ultimate has once more recharged for when we need it. In fact, it is a good time to use it now, considering we are so close to the end zone, and that should just about allow us to get there. Reinhardt does manage to get a last stun off with his ultimate ability, but unfortunately for him it is too late and victory is ours. A pretty good comeback, I must say, especially considering the awful start that we had as Reinhardt. Indeed, a great deal of distance that we had to push the cart was in overtime. Play of the game is of course by Bastion, just to remind us of that dreadful time that we had at the beginning, and he is just going to mow down pretty much our entire team, including poor little Reinhardt as he comes up to try and help out. But that matters little, because by now the game is of course already won. But anyway, thanks for watching. Do leave a like if you enjoyed and wanted to see more Overwatch content, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always I will see you on the battlefield.